Hello, everybody. This is Tim here again. Here with another Boomstick critique review. This time for the final Roger Moore James Bond film, A View to a Kill. Just to start off and say, all the times I've pointed out about how old Roger Moore looks, he does look extremely old, way too old to be playing James Bond. But he looks really good for his age. Honestly, he does. He does look really good for his age, and he looks in shape for his age. It's just he looks way too old to be a believable James Bond. And this film right here, A View to a Kill, is widely known to be the film where Roger Moore looks old as shit. And he is. He looks like somebody's old grandpa man in this movie. Looks way too old. It is ridiculous, beyond ridiculous for him to be Bond here. If he did another one, he would be Bond with a cane, honestly, because he is so old looking here. Uh, for his last film to go out on, is this a good movie? No, I have to be honest. It's not a good film. It's not a good way for a person to go out on who's playing Bond. It's not. This is not a good film. It isn't. I'll just go ahead and give my rating 1.5 out of 4. This is a crap film. It's crap. Um, it is, which is sad because there's one of my favorite actors in it, Christopher Walken, and he's actually one of the parts of the film I liked. I liked him in this film as a villain. He's he's good, but he's not great because he just doesn't get enough time to shine or enough to do. But when he is there, he is good. He's not great, but he's good, and he's fun. You enjoy watching him. This film has a much more of a meaner streak and more of an adult tone compared to all the other Roger Moore films, really, which is weird because this film has that more adult tone, but at the same time, every now and then they try to insert some of the campiness in it, like that was in the other Roger Moore films, and it doesn't. There's no mesh. There's no mesh. It feels way out of place. This film has a much darker tone. Um, and Christopher Walken, the reason I like his villain is because he plays a straight up psychopath villain. He just doesn't give a fuck about anybody. He's just straight up psychopath. Like he'll just shoot you point blank range, which is another reason why I can't stand the fact that he gets Bond like multiple fucking times this movie. He gets James Bond, and instead of just killing him, he puts him in an elaborate death trap. Oi! It's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. That's never made any sense in any of these movies. I know it's just meant to be for fun. It's still stupid. It's stupid. And by this high up in the franchise, it's even stupider. Of course, Bond gets away every time because Christopher Walken could kill him easily. He could even torture him for hours, but instead he just puts him in some elaborate death trap. Doesn't even stay to watch him die, and he just gets away. They do it multiple times. And I tell you right now, there is a action scene in this film that feels like Terminator 3 ripped it off. There's an action scene in this film where Bond is in a fire truck and cops are chasing after him, and he's like holding on to the ladder and everything, like swinging and raising up and dodging stuff and everything, just like Arnold in Terminator 3. And he even like climbs back inside the fire truck to start driving it again, just like Arnold in Terminator 3. Feels like Terminator 3 really ripped off this movie. I love the meaner streak in this one though. Like it does go a little bit too far at one certain point, where it just seems like violence for violence sake. But I do love the meaner streak in this film. I love it how Christopher Walken's character is so crazy. He just like blows up everything in this underground like mine place. He blows up everything and he starts like fucking gunning down his own men. It's hilarious. And this dude's like holding on to this rock and he's like trying to get up or whatever. And Christopher Walken walks over there to him and fucking kicks him off of it and then shoots him dead. It's hilarious. It's just that he does it for so long, shooting his own men like that, and it just gets a little old. It feels like just violence for violence sake. It doesn't really feel like it needs to be there. At the end, you get a fight with Christopher Walken and Roger Moore on top of like the Golden Gate Bridge, I believe, or the Brooklyn Bridge. I forgot which bridge it is. Golden Gate, Brooklyn, whatever. I believe it's the Golden Gate Bridge. You get a fight on top of it. Um, and it's kind of a neat fight. It's like an axe fight. Christopher Walken's trying to take him out with an axe, but the fight's over way too quickly. I love the way Christopher Walken dies, though. He's like holding on to this thing, and Christopher Walken's character is like psychotic. Every now and then he'll like burst out in a laugh like randomly just to show how crazy he is. And right before he falls, he's like, ha ha ha, and then he goes, oh, and then he falls. But the thing is he falls off top of the bridge and like lands in the water. And the fall doesn't really look that high up, even though it actually is. And it just seems like he should have just survived that. It just seems like he should have survived, but he is supposed to be dead. He's supposed to be dead. Well, the thing is that if Bond would have fell from a fall like that, landed in the water, he would have survived. So it It's kind of weird when Bond's able to do that kind of stuff, and then like the villain happens to the villain character and he dies. It's like it doesn't add up there. But and then at the end, of course, you got to end it with Bond having sex again, and on a joke again. This time, I thought the joke was a little funny, where this like robot that Q's operating comes into the room where Bond's like fucking this chick, and he throws a towel on top of it. I thought that was kind of funny. But then you get that stupid line again where the girl goes, "Oh, James," in like real corny fashion. I can't stand that. Basically, Christopher Walken's plan was he wanted to cause a massive earthquake to destroy Silicon Valley so he can make money off computer microchips. Okay, but still though the plan's kind of dumb. The massive earthquake idea made me think of fucking San Andreas. Um, it, um, it is the Golden Gate Bridge. I can't believe I almost called it the Brooklyn Bridge. But anyway, it's still as far as the movie goes, it sucks. It does. Some of the action scenes we get in it are okay. You get Grace Jones in this film. Grace Jones, she's not the typical Bond girl at all. She does have a nice body though. Her body looked good in this film. She definitely, you can tell she keeps in shape. Um, Stupid thing is though is that Christopher Walken tries to kill her too at the end of it, and she's like his girlfriend. He doesn't really give a fuck about her though, but he tries to kill her at the end of it, and she survives, so she wants revenge on Christopher Walken, which makes sense. But all at once, she like starts helping Bond, and she even like sacrifices her life to destroy a bomb, so it won't blow up fucking the city. And I'm like, what? It doesn't make any sense that she's just as cold blooded as Christopher Walken is in the movie. She's just as psychotic, or at least she seems that way. Um, but at the end, she's like, well, I understand her wanting to get revenge on Christopher Walken because he tried to kill her. But at the end, we were talking about somebody who's like a psychopath here, or at least seems like one, or at least a murderer, a cold-blooded murderer she's now willing to sacrifice herself to save everyone in the city. I'm like, what the fuck? That doesn't make any sense at all. 1.5 stars. The film sucks. It sucks. Um, I look forward to seeing the next one, which is a Timothy Dalton film. Thank God. Most of these films, I've actually liked Roger Moore's Bond. I have. I didn't really like him at first. I didn't. He was just kind of there. But after a couple of movies, I warmed up to him and liked what he brought to James Bond. He brought like the sarcastic type vibe to James Bond, the smart assy quality, which I liked. Um, he just had the worst scripts for his films and just the worst fucking one-liners ever. But him as Bond I actually did like. So yeah, I like him as Bond, but his Bond era of films really feels like it's going to be the worst. But yeah, all in all, I'd give this film 1.5 stars. I like Roger Moore here. He was fine. Even Christopher Walken was fine. But as far as the film goes, it's 1.5. It just sucks. Once again, if you're looking for a Bond film to watch, don't watch this one. But if you've seen all the other films up until now and you are a fan, check it out. Otherwise, fuck it. I'll see you guys again with Timothy Dalton.